This time we have exponents involved in our examples. Now, first, look at the numerical values. I have 2 and I have 3. 2 and 3, both of them are prime numbers and they have no common factor beside 1. But 1 is not going to help us, so that's why we're not going to consider any common factor from these two numbers. So we have to look at x's. I have x next to 2 and I have x next to 3. Remember, anytime there is no visible exponent, there is always invisible 1. Now, anytime you do factoring of variables, you have to choose always the one with the lowest exponent. But that common variable is supposed to be next to every single term in the polynomial. So we have x and x, that's why we can factorize x, and we always choose the one with the lowest exponent. That's why I'm going to write over here x. And inside of the parentheses, I'm going to write 2x plus 3. Someone is going to ask why. Remember, anytime I want to find term which is going to be written inside of the parentheses, you have to simply divide every single term of my original polynomial by my common factor. 2x squared divided by x gives me 2x. 3x divided by x gives me 3. That's why this is the solution to my problem. Next, the common factor for these two terms is going to be y, because I have y and y. But this one is y to the first power. Remember, anytime we factorize the variables, we have to choose the one which is common for all terms in the expression and has the lowest exponent. So in this case, I have simply y. In order to find what I have to write inside of the parentheses, simply divide. Y squared divided by y is y. Negative 11y divided by y is just simply 11, negative 11. Now let's verify the answer. I have to apply the distributive law and simply multiply y by every single term inside of the parentheses. Y times y gives me y squared. Y times negative 11 gives me negative 11y. That's why this is the solution to my problem. Let's take a look at the third example. The common factor for these two terms is 6b. Okay, someone is going to ask why. Because 6 is divisible by 6 and 18 is divisible by 6. The greatest common factor for these two numerical values, for these two numbers, is 6. Next, I have to look at the variables. The common variable for these two terms is b. That's why I wrote b. What I have to write inside of the parentheses? Simply divide every single term of my binomial by my common factor. 6ab divided by 6b is simply a. Positive 18b divided by 6b is plus 3. Let's check if this is correct answer. Again, we have to apply the distributive law. Multiply the common factor by every single term inside of the parentheses. 6b times a gives me 6ab. 6b times 3 gives me 18b. That's why this is the solution to my problem.